I guess we just go from this much summer to this much winter. Awesome. So wait, Belgium makes you go back to school? What's that about? Lucky for you, I'm here to tell you. I moved to Belgium in late January of this year. After I received my residency card, I was required to go down to the Civil Integration Office to sign a contract stating that I would take 2 levels of Dutch and 1 integration course. But let's backtrack a bit. When you come to Belgium, the first thing you will most likely do is go down to Town Hall. This is where you go to start the process of obtaining your residency card. Once you start that, you should be instructed to go down to the Civil Integration Office, which I'm going to call CIO from here on out. This is a place that you will go to go get your caseworker. This person, by the way, I am completely biased with this, I know exactly one, and my caseworker is awesome. Is a very helpful person who will answer any and all questions that you would have about Belgium and help you out if you should need it. While you are there, you will be given a pre-language test. This test isn't anything to stress out about. They are going to go over a practice version with you before you take the test. I think the test overall is just to show if you're able to see patterns and make connections. The score will determine which intensity level you can take, i.e. every day or every few days. Once you've done your test, you will be given a little card. Then you take that little card to your local CVO school. The CIO that I went to was in Kortrijk, but there was a CVO school in Ypres, and that's where I go to school. With my card in hand, I went to the school to sign up for my lessons, which they ask you to do 2 to 4 weeks in advance. A special note and something to keep in mind is that my caseworker actually pushed me to go into a class that had already started. However, I had missed 1.5 weeks of lessons, and I'm not the kind of person that does well with playing catch up. So I opted to wait until the next course was going to start. This decision did get a little bit of attitude, but I really pushed because I knew it would not work for me. So that's something also to keep in mind. Fight for what you know is going to work for you. How much does this cost? That's going to depend on your particular situation. My understanding is that there are 2 price points. There's the price of the class plus the books. And depending on how you got into the country will depend on what you have to pay for. So this is just me asking other students what they particularly had to pay. It could be different from city to city, I don't know. But my understanding is that you have 3 types of students. You have students who are refugees, and they are not required to pay for the class or the books. Then you have students who are within the EU who are required to pay for the class in whole, the class and the books. And then you have students like me who are foreigners who are required to take the classes, so I don't particularly pay for the class itself, but I do have to pay for my books. So level 1 books cost me 22 euros and level 2 cost me 25. And if you're wondering why the extra cost for level 2, it's because there were 3 books involved instead of just 2. Another interesting side note is that apparently the price might also change depending on what country you come from. There's a girl from Poland in my class who had to pay 100 euros for the class, and then there is a Scottish woman who only had to pay 95. So I don't know, maybe she got a Brexit discount. As far as the integration class goes, I have not taken that, but I will be making videos, and if anybody has questions about the required language courses, I am more than happy to answer. As always, you can subscribe to stalk me, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Tot ziens bij Appelziens.